Mike won a $2 million lottery prize, but his good brother, instead of being happy for him, pushed him off a tall building. With a dull thud, the brother crashed heavily onto the ground. John hurried over and turned over his brother's hand, not to check if he was alive or dead, but to search for the lottery ticket. However, strangely, the ticket was not in his hand. John looked around and finally found it on the ground nearby. Just as he was fantasizing about getting his hands on the $2 million, suddenly his brother's hand moved. In a panic, he picked up an iron bar beside him and unhesitatingly smashed it towards his brother's head. Seeing that the other party was no longer responding, he took out a pair of disposable gloves, found a small car, and when no one was paying attention, pushed his brother's corpse onto the highway. Because there was a large truck parked opposite, he used a crowbar to pry open the door's iron lock and threw the corpse into the truck's compartment. Before leaving, he had doubts and gave his brother's body another hard smash. After doing all this, he threw the iron bar into the car, intending to shift the responsibility to the truck driver. Finally, he returned to the scene, cleaned up all traces, picked up the knife on the ground, took it to his brother's workplace, washed it, and put it back in its original place. After completing these tasks, he climbed back to the roof and used binoculars to stare at the truck's movements. Before long, he saw the truck driver return, but the driver did not drive away immediately. Instead, he immediately noticed that the compartment had been tampered with. Sure enough, when he opened the compartment, he discovered the corpse. John nervously observed the situation, thinking that as long as the driver drove the car to another place, his plan would be successful, and the incident would have nothing to do with him. Thinking about this, John couldn't help but reveal a slight smile. However, the next second, he was shocked. The driver did not leave, but turned around and drove back to the gas station, directly towards John's location. John hurriedly hid in the house, afraid of being discovered. It turned out that the driver also thought of this, and decided to dump the body at the gas station to completely disconnect himself from the matter. John hid in the corner, watching helplessly as the driver carried the corpse back to the gas station. At this moment, an idea flashed through his mind. He turned on the surveillance camera and recorded the entire process of the driver transporting the corpse. Then, he dialed the police.
I'm calling from 421 Route 66. I think I just saw a murder.
With this video, the truck driver was eventually arrested, and John went to the supermarket to buy a new scratch-off lottery ticket. When the clerk was not paying attention, he cleverly swapped the original ticket that belonged to Mike. Just like that, the $2 million finally fell into his hands. He thought he had done everything perfectly, but little did he know that he still left a huge loophole. The surveillance camera did not capture the driver killing Mike with a crowbar.
Where's the bludgeoning?
So how could it be determined that the driver was the murderer? In order to find out what exactly happened before the incident, Lisa found the person who reported it to the police, John.